It's a few minutes before 7, and the coffee maker is still gurgling in the kitchen behind you. You pull the curtain aside the way you always do, half awake, not really looking for anything in particular. And there it is. The same corner of the porch rail, the same bird. A male cardinal maybe, that deep red catching the first gray light. Or a robin standing very still on the wet lawn with its head turned toward your door. It was already there. It was there before you made a sound. Before the floorboards creaked, before the kettle clicked off. You haven't fed it yet this morning. You haven't even opened the door, and still it's facing your house, waiting, as if it knew you'd be at this window at exactly this minute. You might tell yourself that's a coincidence. One bird, one habit, one lucky overlap of schedules, but it isn't. That small creature on your rail has been keeping track of you far more carefully than you. Have you ever kept track of it, and what it's waiting for is stranger and a good deal more tender than breakfast? If that idea pulls at you, the thought that the birds outside your window have been quietly studying your life, then you're in the right place. This channel is for people who'd rather understand the animals in their yard than just glance past them. Stick around and subscribe, and over time you'll start seeing your own backyard the way a naturalist does. Full of small, deliberate lives, no hype. Just what's really going on out there and why it's worth your attention. Stay with me to the end. Because the part that surprises people most isn't that your bird learned when you feed it. It's the evidence that for some of these birds, your presence itself, not the seed, you, has become a signal that the world is safe. We'll get there. Number 1. Start with the simplest piece, the one you can almost feel happening. Birds are remarkable at learning that one thing predicts another. In the wild, survival runs on it. This rustle means a hawk. That color means ripe fruit. This particular sound means the flock is moving. So when the click of your storm door or the scrape of your slippers on the step is followed, again and again, by seed appearing in the feeder, the bird's brain files that away fast. The sound stops being just a sound. It becomes a promise. People who study learning in animals call this associative learning, and small songbirds are very good at it. What it means in your yard is plain. That cardinal isn't reacting to the food, it's reacting to you. It learned the opening of your door the way you learned the sound of a loved one's car in the driveway. Number 2, here's something people get wrong about that early morning timing. They assume the bird is simply hungry and you happen to be up. But the cardinal in particular has a reason to be there at first light that has nothing to do with you. Cardinals are among the earliest and the latest birds at the feeder, busy in that dim, low light at dawn and again at dusk, when many other birds have gone quiet. Underneath that schedule is an internal clock. Like nearly all animals, birds carry a circadian rhythm, a built-in sense of time tuned by the rising and setting sun. It tells the body when to wake, when to feed, when to roost. So your bird isn't checking a watch. It's running on a clock far older than any of ours, one that happens to line up with the moment you reach for your curtain. The overlap feels personal, and in a way we'll come back to, it slowly becomes personal. Number 3, picture your yard from above the way the bird must hold it. The feeder by the fence, the bird bath near the hydrangea. The branch it lands on first to check that the coast is clear before dropping down to eat. That isn't a blur to your bird. Many backyard species have a precise spatial memory. Chickadees and nuthatches are famous for hiding hundreds of seeds and remembering where, but cardinals and robins too carry a sharp map of the places that have paid off before. Your porch is a point on that map, a reliable one. When the bird returns to the exact same rail morning after morning, it isn't wandering back by chance. It's revisiting a remembered, trusted location. You are to that small mind a fixed landmark in a world that mostly isn't. Number 4, ask yourself what exactly the bird is reading. Not just the clock, and not just the spot, it's reading your behavior. Robins are the clearest teachers here. If you garden, you may have noticed a robin that appears the moment you start turning soil, standing close, almost underfoot, watching your hands. It isn't tame and it isn't begging. It has learned that your digging lifts the earth and brings worms to the surface, and it has tied your specific activity to its next meal. That's a step beyond knowing a time. That's knowing a person's habits. The bird at your door has likely learned the same way. The curtain moving, the light coming on, the shape of you crossing the kitchen, each one a clue that the part of the morning it's been waiting for is close. Number 5. Now the part that unsettles people in the best way. That bird may not just recognize your house or your routine. It may recognize you, your actual face, told apart from every other human who walks past. We know this happens with some species. Crows and jays, members of the corvid family, can learn and remember individual human faces, and will treat a person who once threatened them differently from a stranger, sometimes for years. Mockingbirds have shown they can pick out a specific individual who came near their nest before. The clearest research is in those sharp species, and we should be honest, we can't yet prove your particular cardinal knows your face the way a crow would. But the building blocks, keen eyesight, strong memory, a clear reason to tell friend from threat, are right there in the songbirds at your feeder. So when it feels like that bird is looking at you, specifically you, that feeling may not be sentimental at all, it may simply be right. Number 6. Put those pieces together and you arrive at the thing I promised you. For a small bird, the most expensive problem in life is fear. Staying alert, staying alive, never quite resting. A predator can come from the sky or the hedge at any second. So anything that reliably means safe right now is worth more than almost anything else. And here's what people who watch birds closely have long noticed. In many places, smaller birds will feed more calmly and even nest nearer, around the steady presence of people, because the hawks and the cats that hunt them tend to keep their distance from us. Your yard with you in it can be one of the safer corners of that bird's whole world. So when your cardinal is on the rail before the food appears, waiting for the door, here's the honest reading, and I'll give it to you as interpretation, not as a fact we can pull from inside its head. It may be waiting for the seed, but it may also be waiting for the thing that in its experience arrives with you. A stretch of morning where it can finally lower its guard. The closest human word for that isn't hunger, it's nearer to trust. Number 7. There's a quieter side to all of this, and you only see it when you break the pattern. Go away for a week. Sleep in for a few days. Forget to fill the feeder. The bird notices the gap, not the way a person misses someone, but in a way that's real all the same. A dependable food source that suddenly goes quiet forces a bird to spend more energy searching elsewhere, and many will check a trusted spot over and over before they give it up. So the cardinal that finds your rail empty doesn't simply shrug and move along. For a while, it keeps coming back to the place that used to work. The way you might glance again at a chair where someone always used to sit. Whether it feels anything like disappointment, we honestly can't say. And I won't pretend otherwise. But the checking is real. The memory holding that spot open is real. And the return when you finally do open the door again is real too. So tomorrow, a few minutes before 7, when the coffee's going and you reach for that curtain out of pure habit, slow down for a second. The bird on your rail got up in the dark, ran its old internal clock to the right minute, flew to a spot it has memorized, and aimed itself at your door, all to be there when you arrived. That's not nothing. That's a small, wild animal that is chosen on purpose to fold you into its day. You didn't earn it with anything dramatic. You earned it by being reliable, by showing up, morning after ordinary morning. And somewhere out there, a bird decided that was enough to count on. I'd love to hear about yours. Is there a bird that waits at your door, your window, your garden gate? Tell me what it is and what it does, the spot it always picks, the sound it answers to, the morning you first realized it was waiting for you and not just for the food. Leave it down in the comments. I read them. And these are the stories that make this whole channel worth doing. Take good care of yourself. Keep that feeder full. And I'll meet you at the next window.